Hey planty people, welcome back to Majestical Plants. I am Sonia, and today we're talking about a few plants that have caught my attention recently. The Philodendron Micans and a couple of Hoyas that are surprisingly similar. You have not heard this yet, but Mican is one of my favorite philodendrons, and I want to share how Hoya Obscura and Hoya Carnosa also share some similarity, even though they come from different plant families. Let's begin with the Philodendron Micans. This one has the most stunning velvety leaves, and it's such a great plant to hang in your space. While I don't have it climbing, it does look great on poles. It looks amazing cascading down from a shelf or a hanging pot. It thrives in bright, indirect light and loves a bit of humidity to really show off that beautiful foliage. I also make sure I use a well-draining soil. I use my custom-made coco coir cactus soil, perlite, and a good scoop of worm casting. It gives me that chunky, airy texture with the nutrients Micans love. When it comes to repotting, I wait until the roots have outgrown the pot. You know it when you start seeing roots poking out of the drainage holes or when growth starts to slow down. And when I do repot my plants, I try to go one size up, not too big nor too small. Next up, we've got the Hoya Obscura. At a first glance, you might think it's totally different from the Micans, but they actually have a lot in common. Like the Micans, this Hoya is an epiphyte, so it loves to climb and enjoys similar care. Hoya Carnosa is also pretty similar to the Micans in their terms of care. The leaves are a bit thicker, but it also is a climber and it thrives with the same bright light and humidity. It's amazing how these two Hoyas and the Micans can all share such similar needs. My substrate for Hoya is a little different than Micans. I use perlite, coco coir, worm casting, dendrobium orchid mix, and a scoop of vermiculite. It's chunky and it drains beautifully, but it still holds enough moisture for the roots to grow. But it's not just care that they share in common. These three plants also have other surprisingly similarities. The growth habit, for example. While the Philodendron Mican hangs rather than climbs, it shares a similar growth habit with the Hoya. All three plants are epiphytic, meaning they love to have vertical space to stretch out, whether it is by hanging or by climbing. Leaf texture is another similarity. The Philodendron Mican has those gorgeous velvety leaves, and while the Hoyas have waxier, thicker leaf, they still have all the smooth textures that make them pretty unique. They just have that luxurious feel and look to them. The growth pattern, it all depends on the environment. I personally think that my Hoyas grow pretty quickly, but if you're looking for plants that won't outgrow their space too fast, these are the right plants for you. They all have relatively slow growth, quote unquote, making them low maintenance and long-term companions. How about the color of the leaves? The Mican can shift from a green to a bronzy hue depending on the lighting, while the Hoya Obscura and even the Carnosa also show vibrant new growth that lightens up as it matures. It's a beautiful change that anyone will love to see. And low maintenance. What's great about all of these plants is that they are pretty low maintenance. They forgive you if you occasionally forget to water them and can tolerate a bit of neglect, making them perfect for plant lovers of any level experience. Even though these plants come from different families, they have a lot in common, especially when it comes to care. Whether it's a hanging Micans, the waxy Obscura, or even the classic Hoya Carnosa, they all appreciate bright indirect light and a bit of humidity. So if you're a fan of the Philodendron Mican, I definitely recommend checking out the Hoya Obscura or even the Carnosa. They might be a little different in appearance, but they will fit perfectly right into the same care routine. One thing I've noticed about my Micans and Hoya is that even though they're completely different plants, they both have subtle but clear ways of letting me know when they're thirsty. My Mican starts to curl its leaves inwards just a bit, and it loses that blush velvety feel. It looks a little tired, like it's asking for a drink. And my Hoyas, especially the Obscura and the Carnosa, they get soft and a little wrinkly. The leaves don't feel as firm when I touch them. That's always my cue to check the soil. So even though their leaf textures are different, they both sort of whisper the same message when it's time to water. And I love how learning that has made me a better plant parent overall. Now, something I think is really interesting, especially for plant people who love bold foliage, it's how both Hoyas and Micans can show color changes with bright light. My Mican, when it gets strong indirect light, starts to develop this deep, almost bronzy hue. It's subtle, but it gives the leaf so much richness. It's one of my favorite things about it. Now, I don't personally stress my Hoyas for colors, but I have seen some absolutely stunning pictures of sun-stressed Hoya, especially the Obscura and even some Carnosa variety. The green gives way to beautiful red and purple when they get a lot of light. Even though I keep mine a bit more shaded, it's cool to know they can color up like that. And it's one of those surprising similarities to the way a Mican reacts to light. Let me know, my friends, in the comments if you've got any of these in your collection, or if you're considering getting one to add to your collection. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a blessed day.